What is up, everybody? And we are here live from the Upside Down to talk about Stranger Things Season 4.
Yep.
The spoiler-filled review.
Yes.
Are you ready?
All the spoilers.
You seem to have lost an arm there. What's
I
going
know.
on?
I guess because my sweater matches too much with the background.
Yeah, we can turn this background off. Reveal our true background. We got a nice little Stranger Things VHS tape up there, the Target exclusive.
Yep, you've had that a while.
I've had it a while. First off, I have to ask, let's make sure everybody can hear us. Can you guys hear us okay out there? We know that we're live right now. We're going to talk about this probably for about 10, 15 minutes before we address the chat, just probably get into it in general.
Okay.
And then we'll get to you guys. So as we're talking and you have any thoughts about Stranger Things, feel free to leave that in the chat. And yeah, Tony says he can hear us. Basement Blues is here. We got David's Horror Vengeance Media is here. So thank all of you all for joining us here tonight. And yes, this is a spoiler review.
Yes.
And we understand that we're like 8 days removed from the season dropping. And we were going to do like episode by episode videos, I think is what you promised in the first video, but we just really got into the show and it's hard to stop every time you stop an episode and record something. So we just decided to do this live stream with you guys and hopefully you've all watched the show.
Yeah. I think it was too much for you.
It was. I was like, are you serious? I'll have to stop after every single episode and put up a video.
But yeah, it would have been hard.
It would take us like 3 weeks.
Yeah, we would watch them, like right up until bedtime. So
and at first
how long they were. So
at first I was thinking, that might be okay because usually I want a break between episodes. Sometimes I'm just not too into a show where I feel like I need to watch the next episode right away.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off my glasses. They're kind of distracting.
Are they distracting you? Well, if they're distracting you, they're probably distracting everybody else.
They
were fine with me.
Yours don't have it, but you're wearing the older
These
pair.
are my filming glasses because the other ones that I have do have that glare.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, well, let's get into it, shall we?
Get into it.
All right.
Get it. Stranger Things Season 4.
Yeah, we finally got Stranger Things back after how many years?
2019 was when Season 3 went off.
Okay. Yeah, it felt like
went on and off.
Yeah, it felt like an eternity, and so there was definitely, like, from me.
It was a whole COVID quarantine lifetime ago.
Yes.
Sorry.
You're always interrupting.
Keep going. I won't interrupt anything until you call me in.
For me, like, I was definitely like a little, I don't know, like not reluctant. I don't know the word I'm looking for. I just wasn't like
you weren't
super,
as excited.
Yeah, I wasn't super excited. But I gotta say that this season was amazing. It was fantastic. I loved every bit of it. I mean, maybe not every bit of it.
We'll talk about some stuff because this is pretty segmented. So
but for the most part, loved it. Thought it was great. I mean, like, I have so many like positive things to say about it. And yeah, I'm back on the Stranger Things hype. So what about you?
Yeah, so like you said, it's been since 2019. So I've always liked this show, but for me, like, the first season kind of drew me in, and I really liked the first season. Second season was good, but I was like, okay, I didn't really feel like they were doing anything new with it.
Yeah.
Third season was cool. I like the aesthetic and the mall and stuff like that.
Right.
But it still kind of felt like the same old, same old. This one, I don't know, just something about it just felt different.
Well, I know what it was. It's because for you, it took a dark turn.
There's very heavy horror themes in this one that have always been present, but I just don't feel like they've been as in full force as they were in this season.
No. People are definitely talking about how dark it was.
There are stakes in this. Like, you legitimately get scared. Like, there's one moment in the show, which is probably the best moment in this entire show, that you're on the edge of your seat because you care about what's going to happen and because you actually believe that this character could die.
Yeah.
That doesn't always happen with shows. Usually they're like, it's a main character. They're going to be fine.
Yeah.
But it's like you, in that moment, like, I even looked over, you said that this character is going to die. It's like, it just feels like they're going to die. But
are you talking about Max, or are you talking about
I'm talking about
Steve?
the Max moment.
Yeah.
Because
there's more than one moment.
There is, but the big moment.
I mean, you can
the
say
one
it.
that
We're doing
everybody's
spoilers.
we're doing
remember?
spoilers. We're doing
Okay.
spoilers. But
So don't
the one
skate-
moment everybody's
don't skate
talking
around
about.
it.
But it felt like it had stakes because you go into the show, first episode, they introduce a new character. You think, oh, this is gonna like with Chrissy. Think, oh, this is gonna be a new character in the show, and then she dies at the end of the first episode. Like, oh, so much for that new character.
Who's Chrissy?
The girl that dies in the first episode.
I know, but I'm already forgetting.
See, you need to get more invested.
Are you talking
in
about
these
the
characters.
first episode of this season?
The first episode of this season, yes. We're not talking about any other seasons.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah, I thought you were talking about like season something else. Okay, yeah, Chrissy, the cheerleader.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I'm with you now.
Second episode, they introduce another new character. The
Yeah.
guy with the glasses, the nerdy kid. He dies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, all right, they are full force, like killing people off in this.
Yeah, they were
season.
definitely like, setting it up, like this new Vecna, bad guy.
Yeah.
And so I don't even know where to start. Like, I felt like this, like, okay, so first of all, and I've heard other people say this too, there were definitely quite a few stories going on, like quite a few storylines here.
There's at least 4 or 5.
Yeah. And so I'm still not quite sure if I love that or not. Sometimes I get kind of annoyed, like when a show wants to concentrate too much on like someone and leave others out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like for the most part, they like included everybody at some point through each episode, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there might have been some episodes where like some people weren't in it, but
well, I didn't even think about this until I thought about it. But the last episode didn't have any of the kids that were in California, like
right,
Will
yeah.
and
right.
Is it Will and Mike? Will and Mike and Argyle, the new guy, and we call him the druggie kid.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
I mean,
they weren't in that episode at all.
Yeah,
in the whole finale.
I felt like those guys, like, I mean, they were in it, like,
Yeah.
not that episode. Like, they've been, they were in the season, but I feel like, I don't know, they definitely maybe kind of took the back burner a little bit.
Yeah, once they lost 11,
got the
I think
back burner.
they were like a bigger part of it when they had 11 still. But once
Yeah.
she waxed
Which
that
I
girl in
was
the face
telling,
with the
yeah,
skate, which
yeah.
is like my favorite moment of the whole show.
Yeah.
Since she hit
Well,
that
yeah,
girl in the
definitely
face.
not 11 or anything. I mean, like, it was
Because it was pretty much like them in California, them in Hawkins,
Right.
and then Joyce goes off
Hopper.
to save Hopper in Russia, and then 11 and them are together, and then they get split up, and then 11's doing her thing.
Right.
So, which they even teased that on the poster, like you have 4 different sides. So they even they set up that there was going to be 4 different
I didn't catch that.
angles, story arcs for the show.
So I don't know. Did you have like a favorite storyline that you were following?
I
Would
mean,
it be,
definitely the kids in Hawkins, because that
Okay.
was more directly
like Dustin and Steve.
Yeah, because that was more directly tied to my favorite part of the show, and that
Yeah.
was the very heavy Nightmare on Elm Street influences.
Yeah, I mean, you kept saying like, "Oh my gosh!"
I said it the
Freddy,
first
Freddy,
show.
like,
I was like, because I could see it, and then that was before I even got online, and everybody was
Right.
saying, "Oh, this reminds me of Nightmare on Elm Street" and stuff like that. And
right.
I just got that the first episode, like
Yeah.
with her dreaming and being asleep, and him
Yeah.
trying to wake her
And I
up,
mean,
and her
they've-
dying in her sleep.
You know,
essentially.
they've definitely I've seen where they've addressed it, where they were definitely like giving nods to all the different popular or classic horror.
Yeah,
like they've said that like it was
they've set it
intentional.
up. Yeah, they've set it
Yeah.
up. I mean, and Robert Englund is in this season. Freddy Krueger himself.
Yeah,
the
I know you
actor's
told me
in this
that.
season. So
And did we see him or?
yeah, he was the guy with the eyes.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
With the eyes. He was. I forget the guy's name. Victor something.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong person for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, so I don't know like what direction you want to go here with it. But
Whatever,
like,
we're just talk freely.
So I'm trying to think like, as far as, I don't know, like I just loved the, just the whole 80s thing, just the whole, like the 80s feel or whatever. Like I liked the way that it was shot and like the music and just like I feel like everybody was really good in it. And I don't know, like it felt like it was really high quality. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
Like
that
it
goes
just
into the budget of the show. They spent
yeah.
like 30 million on each episode. So
Wow.
that's 7 episodes.
Oh
So
my
that was
gosh.
210 million budget. So you
What do you
really,
think they're gonna like see the return on that or
I mean, it's already the most like viewed
yeah.
Netflix show by like
Wow.
by like
An
3,000
episode?
miles or something.
Holy crap. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
you can definitely tell it.
You can even, I don't know if like Netflix for this show like ups the streaming quality, but like when you're
Right.
watching this show,
They
like it
probably
just, the
do.
quality on it just looks like we don't have 4K Netflix, but it looked 4K. Like the
Yeah.
detail was just so sharp.
Yeah.
Like that picture quality was so good. So I don't know if
Like
they upped the streaming quality on this show or
right. I
not.
mean it's very possible.
No buffering, none of that. So it's like they have the ability to do that for some shows, I
yeah.
guess.
So like I don't know, what do you want to go into? Do you want to talk about Vecna or do you want to talk about like what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean,
Like what did you think of Vecna?
I loved him. I thought he was a great
You know,
villain.
we got a glimpse of him in the trailer.
Yeah,
So
we did
that
watch the
wasn't
trailer, didn't we?
yeah, like he wasn't really a mystery like
Yeah.
as to what he looked like.
It
We just
just
didn't know when we were going to see him, where he came from, like
it gets me excited because I'm just so starved for, I guess, Nightmare on Elm Street content because we haven't gotten like a real Nightmare on Elm Street movie since 1994, and they keep pumping out Halloween movies and stuff, and it's like I just want another Freddy movie. So when I finally get something that's kind of in that same vein, it just gets me
I mean, do you
excited. So that's
think
why I
that
was so
this
pumped after we watched the first episode. So
do you think that it's going to like maybe get Freddy some attention and
I hope so because look, you have Robert Englund on
oh,
set,
that's true,
okay,
yeah.
with the Duffer Brothers who created this show.
Yeah.
I hope that there were
So
conversations that took place about maybe them
is there a
directing a new.
connection with the Duffer Brothers?
No
Oh,
connection.
okay, you have
Yeah,
to
they
like
the first thing they did was Stranger Things, but they
okay.
had Freddy Krueger on set, so
Yeah.
like there had to be some kind of talk
conversation
about like the Duffer Brothers maybe doing a Nightmare on Elm Street. Like that would be super cool.
Right. Yeah, I mean, as far as you know, Vecna goes, like I thought he was pretty cool. And
He was a good villain, and he was practical. Like his makeup and stuff, like that was real. He wasn't like overly CGI. Like I love the Demogorgons and
like
stuff,
you know
but
the stuff that was like
look,
alive on him. That was like when his like
sure.
vines or whatever
but his actual face.
Yeah, I remember reading
real.
something about it. Yeah, I thought he was pretty cool, and I don't know if you want to get into like the story of Vecna, which I guess we don't really get the story of him until the very last episode. But
yeah, we can get into that in a second.
I know I like to
we can
jump
get
ahead
that in a second. But let's talk about some of the characters. Maybe like who was your standout character for this season? Who was your favorite? I know you talked about like which one was my favorite story to follow, but like who are some of your favorite characters, least favorite characters? I already know one of your least favorite characters.
Yeah, we talked about
you already told that to me
yesterday. Okay, so I mean, I'm trying to think. It's hard because I mean, I like a lot of them, you know, for different reasons. I mean, obviously I enjoy Max. I enjoy Max as a character. You know,
did you like her from the beginning?
Yeah, I think so.
Did it take you a little bit? Because I've always liked Max as a character, but it felt like it took me a little bit to get into her this season. Yeah, she's just very emo in the first couple episodes.
She's definitely like a little hard on the
But once you find out like what she's actually going through when they reveal that, then you're like, oh, okay.
Well, even before that, like her life has been hard. You know, I think her dad left them. Her mom's an alcoholic, you know. Yeah. So, yeah, so I like Max, love Max, and I'm trying to think. I mean, so 11, she was super like I don't know. It kind of got on my nerves, like when she was being like bullied and stuff. Like they were making her be so like weak and just like. Which I know, you know, she's like going through something because she's lost her power. And
I'm not a big Superman fan. And people can call me out for that, for me even making this reference. But I have seen parts of Superman 2, and it's very like Christopher Reeves in Superman 2. Like he loses his powers for a certain portion of that movie, and he gets bullied. So it's getting to see like your hero in that vulnerable state, which kind of just makes you want to. God, I just want her to get her powers back so she can whip some ass again. So
yeah, I don't know. Like with 11,
it's not. It was nice to see her have some struggles because she hasn't really had that. She's been able to deal with it. She's been bullied, but she's been able to deal with those bullies before.
Yeah, like I don't know, with 11, it kind of teeters on she annoys me, but then also like her. I don't know, like it's hard to explain. But I really enjoyed like watching her story, and like finding her way back to, I guess, understanding her past and, spoiler alert, getting her powers back and
getting her powers back and us finding out something, which I guess we can go ahead and get into this. This is the big like reveal at the end. But what I want to talk about, and I want people in the chat, like if you guys feel this way too, to definitely let us know. But so the reveal at the end is Vecna.
And I just got to say, I totally called it.
You did call it probably about 10 minutes before. You didn't call it before that.
I feel like I called it before that.
Can I just say that whole sequence, like when Nancy goes into the Upside Down and he.
Okay, so let me
tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you how intentional.
No, hold on.
Let me tell you how intentional this Nightmare on Elm Street reference is. So Nancy goes into the Upside Down with Vecna, and he starts calling Nancy,
right?
Just like Freddy Krueger. It was amazing, but continue.
But he did that for other people too. He did it to Max.
No, but to hear him say Nancy, because Nancy's the main character in Nightmare on Elm Street.
So he said you were just like all over that.
I was all over
it. Yeah, like that whole scene where like the older group, you've got Nancy, what's her name?
Maya Hawke. I don't remember her character's name.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't remember her character.
And then you've got
maybe I should bring up IMDb since
Steve.
I have my phone.
Oh, we haven't even talked about Eddie.
Oh yeah.
We didn't talk about Eddie. Okay, so you've got Nancy, Steve, Eddie, and oh my gosh, I can't think of her name. Which I enjoy her character too, but don't even know her name.
She got on my nerves a little bit, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't like
they played her a little bit differently. She would probably be my least favorite character.
Oh, okay.
They played her just a little bit differently in this, and I feel like they did the third season. She was a little bit more over the top and a little bit more annoying.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. But, they've gone to the Upside Down, and then the younger kids basically are trying to find like a what would you call it, a portal or a gate to like get the older guys back through. And they're climbing the like tide blankets or whatever, and they all start climbing back through to go back to the real world. And then it's Nancy's turn, and she's climbing through, but only she doesn't go back to the real world or whatever. She goes back to the Upside Down again with Vecna.
Her name's Robin. Finally found it.
Robin. Okay.
Robin. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then, to continue with Nancy.
Which the way they play that, when we were watching it, I was like, Steve's going to be the one that gets left behind. Like, that's just what I thought was going to happen, because Nancy's going up first. And then when she goes through, it's like, holy shit. And as soon as that happened.
But it's not over yet.
I know, but I'm just, that moment, like, I know it's not over. But that moment just, like, really bait and switched me, because I thought she was, because traditionally, like, when everybody's going through the whatever, anything, the last person always gets stuck behind.
Yeah, they definitely switched it up for us.
And as soon as that happened, I was like, she's dead, which she still could be, but I thought it was going to happen that episode.
So I liked how, she's back in the Upside Down, and she's, we're taken back to, I don't know what season it is, where she's in the pool where Barb died.
Oh yeah, they finally bring Barb back.
You get like a flash, and like I'm glad that they did this, because I kind of forgot like the whole setup of that. But you get the whole flashback of Nancy and Steve like making out while Nancy is out in the pool.
A very Friday the 13th type thing.
Right.
They were having sex while Jason drowned. You guys were having sex while I died in the pool.
Right. So I'm glad they did that, because I totally forgot about that whole thing. And the pool's like filling up with blood or something. And so
very cool.
anyway, that was pretty cool. And then okay, so we'll just get it. Do you want to talk about Eddie really quick before we get into the?
Yeah, Eddie was a really fun new character. I
yeah, so we get introduced to Eddie in the first episode, right?
First episode, he's the leader of Hellfire, the Hellfire Club.
At first, I gotta say he was super annoying.
Reminded me a lot of Robert Downey Jr. I pointed that out. He looks like a young Robert Downey Jr. with long hair.
Yeah. And I was like, are they trying to like, I feel like he's like the next like Billy, you know, Max's brother.
They set him up that way a little bit.
Yeah.
But he definitely wasn't as much of a dick.
Right.
To start with.
But he was just like really like loud and crazy and you know, whatever. And I'm kind of like, okay, like a little too much for me. He did grow on me a little bit. I mean, I still like, he's not my favorite by any means. But like, you know, of course, the whole storyline with him where they think that Billy is the one killing all these students or whatever. But anyway, okay, so let's get into the Vecna. Do we want to address any of the comments or anything?
We're gonna go full on into it, and then we're gonna get in the comments. And
so yeah, you know, as in getting into Vecna or whatever, you know, we had been getting like the whole storyline with 11 back in the laboratory,
which I have to say was really well done and made a lot of sense, like how they got her powers back. Like, because when Paul Reiser first meets her, I forget his name.
Says you hide your trauma.
He was like, we're going to get you your powers back. I'm like, how are they just going to like stick her with a needle and insert like some magical like fluid into her to give her powers back? But the whole thing that they did with her in the process just felt right. Like it felt believable to me.
Yeah.
That would
just like readdressing all of her memories, because, you know, when you go through stuff, like you tend to like forget about it or whatever. She had to
go through all that again to get her trauma.
So, you know, we're getting all that, you know, we get to see all the other, like, I don't know what you'd call them, students, lab rats.
Yeah, which that starts off the season when, you know, you think that she killed everybody, but it turns
out. Yeah, that was like a big shocker too. But you know, because of 11, like there's other numbers or whatever, you know. And I think at like, you know, so we get introduced to this one character, and he's like, he essentially seems like he's like a helper or something. Like he helps Papa, like, you know, follow, like do all the things or whatever.
Yeah.
And like he's like trying to, it seems like he's like trying to help 11 secretively, but that always confused me because I'm like, okay, like I thought that these were like memories and not actually happening or whatever. So I'm like, how could he be helping her without Papa knowing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, but long story short, I was like, because they had mentioned, you know, the number 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just, you know, based on what he had said and stuff, I'm like, he's number 1.
Yeah, because you see her in number 2 battling it out the whole.
Oh yeah, number 2 is a total a-hole.
Yeah. Like, well, where's 1?
Yeah.
Who's 1?
Well, remember too, the number 1, before we knew he was number 1, he was like, oh, I'm afraid it didn't end so well for him or something like that.
Yeah.
Basically talking about how he ended up as a prisoner in the laboratory because he had like some kind of chip in his neck where Papa could control him. It like basically got rid of his powers.
He tricks 11 into taking that out.
Yep.
And then he reveals himself to be number 1, but also
that's not it.
Not just number 1, but that's also he is the origin of Vecna.
Well, yeah, but before we get to that, you get this whole like battle or fight between 11 and 1.
And he's also Robert Englund's son, like the character of I can't remember his name either.
Oh yeah, I know. We need to talk about that too. Yeah. So you get the like scene where 11's fighting number 1 or whatever, and it like essentially opens up those, what do you even call them? I'm calling them portals, but
you can call them portals.
Portals.
Gateways.
And you're like, oh my gosh, it's one of those.
They call them water gates.
Well, that's what he called the one.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see the portal and you're like, oh my gosh, that's like the things that the crazy stuff comes from, how they get to the upside down or whatever. And so that was crazy. And then he essentially gets just like sucked up by it. And you see this whole scene of him like kind of flying through the upside down, and he's like kind of struck by lightning and stuff. And he like turns into Vecna. And I'm like, I don't know. I thought it was really cool. I enjoyed that.
It was, but also you said something that I didn't think was the case, but you said that she opened up the Upside Down with that. With killing number one in the way that she did, that's what opens up the Upside Down, and that's the first gate.
That's how I took it.
I think you're right.
But
I don't
that
think
might not be true because, like you said, there's other portals.
I don't think she created the Upside Down, but I think that she created that
the first portal.
That first portal or gateway,
or like opened it up
in Hawkins, because in the first season, or maybe it's the second season, where they go into the laboratory in Hawkins, and they have to close that gate. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's been 5 years since we've seen it, but she closes the gate, I think, at the end of season 2, and that's probably the gate that she closes, is that one that she pushed them through.
That's how I interpreted it. And then, like you said, so we got like the backstory, like they also included in the finale, like the backstory of Vecna and how he, like, we get this like flashback of Vecna as a little kid before he got like in the laboratory and everything. He, like, you know, he said that he was special, like, I don't know, he was just different. You know, we see like their family. He basically kills his whole family.
Yeah, which we see that whole sequence. We see that whole sequence when Robert Englund's telling it from his perspective.
Right.
That he doesn't think his son was at fault. He thinks that Vecna was at fault, but he doesn't know that Vecna was his son the entire time.
Yeah. Like a lot of loops and.
But what I liked about this whole thing so much is I feel like in every season of Stranger Things, things just keep like escalating, but you don't really know why, or you don't really understand like where it's going. And it just always feels like it's like all of it's cool.
But like stuff made sense.
But it never really feels like it's going anywhere. It's like, okay, we're just closing a bunch of gates. And it's like, what's going on really? But with this one, like this finale and all this explanation, it just ties everything back to the first season. And it just makes it feel grounded in a way that I don't feel like it ever has before. And I just feel like I fully comprehend like what's going on now. Right. And I like how they tie that in with their new villain, who's probably been there, you know, the entire time. He's just kind of been waiting in the shadows. But it's a villain that makes sense for this story, but also it ties it back into previous stories.
Right.
So I just think it was very well done. And I don't know if they intended to have all of this come together in this way all along, or just something that they created now, which I would imagine is probably something they created recently. But it just felt like on a whole different level, like the writing in this season than previous seasons. Everything just seemed so scattered before and just all over the place. Upside down, you know, 11 powers, blah, 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 blah. Now everything just felt like it flowed together. Everything just felt like it worked. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Also, just a little side note, because I read like a little article today about it. But so we got to see like a flashback, or not a flashback, but a vision, I guess, of Billy.
Yeah.
In the episode 4 where we thought Max was going to die. And fun little fact. So I guess the actor that played Billy, he lives in Australia, and they were like, you know, really hardcore lockdown with COVID. Like they weren't allowed to like fly or, you know, anything like that. And so anyway, apparently they really wanted him to come back for, you know, a cameo or whatever you want to call it. Is that what they call them? Cameos?
Cameo, yeah. If you're not
they really wanted to have him back for something to involve him in some way, but like his scene kept getting like rescheduled because of COVID. And so anyway, I read that they ended up like putting him in some kind of like recording studio, and he had to like act the scene without Max or anything. Yeah. And then they like special effected him into the scene or something. So I thought that was pretty cool because, you know, I mean,
do all kinds of crazy stuff now.
It's what actors, you know, have to do. I mean, I feel like it would be hard, you know, to like really act, and because he even has like a tear that rolls down his face too. But anyway, so I thought that was cool.
Before we get into our final scores, we gotta get in the chat and stuff.
I know you've been killing me with this no chat thing.
What would you give? What was your favorite moment first off?
Oh my
and then
God.
what would you give the season overall for a score?
My favorite moment.
Favorite episode. I don't care. You know what I want to talk about real quick is this one take shootout sequence that reminded me of John Wick. And it was also in episode 4.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Was badass when they were trying to get out of the house. That freaking security guard or whatever they had guarding him at the house was awesome.
Yeah.
Until he got shot.
Yeah. And died.
That was an incredible action sequence.
Can we just briefly talk about that? The pizza guy, he was so annoying. The
friend that's
a pizza.
Oh, you're talking about Argyle. It's a new character, Argyle.
Yeah, he got on my nerves, but anyway.
Okay. Argyle got on your nerves. Maya Hawke got on mine. So
who?
And then you hate Dustin as well.
Oh, Mia.
Egregious. Mia, something.
Yeah. So what were we talking about?
Your favorite moments.
My favorite moment. I mean, it probably has to be, episode 4 where Max is levitating. I mean, I had been looking forward.
You really wanted to see that levitation sequence.
Yeah, I feel like I had to wait and wait and wait to see it.
Yeah, there was so much tension and suspense in that when she was running towards, running up that hill or running towards the gate.
Yeah, there was a lot of suspense building up to Hopper and all those guys fighting the Demogorgon too.
Yeah, but we talked about it, that kind of got annoying. It was like, when are y'all going to reveal this damn thing? They've been standing at the door for 3 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll have to go with that.
Okay.
I mean, I thought it was still pretty cool, the whole.
That was my second favorite. Vecna. My favorite is still the beginning, the opening episode where he first kills Chrissy and snaps her legs.
Yeah,
when you that first kill was so awesome, just the way they did it. It was.
Yeah, I mean, if I thought about it a little bit more, I might think of something else. I mean, there were a lot of really good moments for sure.
Yeah.
Cool moments. So.
What would you give the season out of 5?
Honestly, I don't know. I might have to give it a 5 out of 5.
Think it's perfect?
I mean, is it fair to hold such high? It's got to be perfect to get a 5 out of 5, or can it just be that it's?
If you think it's a 5 out of 5, you think it is
super enjoyable.
My only gripe with it is that it. I mean, it's all the episodes are really long, but they didn't feel long or anything. But it is 10 hours of content in 7 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like I think some of the stuff that drug for me was the Russia stuff, where she's trying to get Hopper back. But it's not that it was bad. It just, that was my least favorite part,
Well, it wasn't so much Hopper. It was Winona Ryder and the dude.
Yeah.
They got on my nerves.
It was the Jon Snow and Sam walking beyond the wall for 10 episodes straight.
Yeah.
In Game of Thrones to me in this season.
Yeah.
So
what would you give it?
I'd probably give it a 4.5 out of 5. It's my favorite season by far.
Okay.
I mean, I would give the first season a 4, but I would definitely give this one a 4.5, maybe a 4.75. Again, it's damn near. It's perfect. It's really damn good. But
okay, well, there you have it.
So let's get into the chat. See what they got.
They're probably gone by now.
Let's look at 14 people in here. Thank y'all for joining us. Hit the like button if you haven't already. It says, let's smash that like button, everybody. The stream is going to be a good one. See you all in the upside down. Well, we're here. What's up, Adrian James? What's up, Caveman? I wasn't very invested in the 11 story this time. I was loving everything with Max, Steve, Dustin. Episode 4 had me mind blown. I haven't been able to not think about that scene and Kate Bush since.
Yeah, I know. He was talking to me earlier about the Kate Bush song.
That song, and Vengeance, you probably would know this because you're a wrestling fan, but that song, I'd never heard the original. I had no idea there was an original. The only time I've heard it is the remake, and they played it in the Shawn Michaels Undertaker build-up to their match at WrestleMania 26. Mm-hmm. That's the only time I knew that song. I heard that song. Also, did anybody else rejoice with Angela got knocked the F out?
Yeah, yes. That Angela, she played a great bully.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed she got taken out so early and they didn't really, return to that. Maybe there
was too much going on.
Maybe 11 will come back and be able to bust her head up.
Too bad Vecna couldn't have.
Yeah. Basement Blues is here. Everybody's saying hey to each other. What's up, Caveman and Tony? What's up, David's Whore? He can hear us. Adrian James says, I've never seen Stranger Things. Well, I hope you're not still here because we just spoiled everything for you.
Maybe he doesn't want to watch it.
Go watch it. Did you rewatch the previous season? Says
No.
Ben Graham. Welcome, Ben Graham. No, we did not. we did not. I wanted to. We just don't have time to do that.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
And you like pulled away, like you didn't want to do it.
No.
Running up that hill to Best Buy to buy those steel books. Can't relate to that one, but you know, this guy can. This show has a huge body count throughout.
It does.
Yep. Is it raining where you're at? Signal comes and goes. Uh-oh, that's not good. Yeah, babe, they could have been telling us that we were glitchy the whole time.
Well, if we're glitchy, there's nothing we can do about it now.
I really didn't think she would die in that moment. I really couldn't imagine them killing a main character in the middle of the season. You never know. I wish Chrissy's jock boyfriend died
They
instead.
did such a great job.
Oh my gosh, he was so annoying.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about that guy. I didn't think he was that much in the wrong. Like, he was just trying to get justice for his girlfriend that died.
Yeah, I
like
know.
In his mind, like they were.
Well,
they killed her. So.
Yeah, I mean, he was annoying as in the way that the
only because we knew
what
we knew. You know.
Yeah, because I wanted to see Chrissy and Eddie get it on. That's funny. Oh yeah, because she went to him for drugs and everything. Oh yeah, they were definitely like flirting and stuff when they met at the picnic table. So yeah, that could have totally happened.
Yeah.
Hey guys, in the middle of watching a movie, but wanted to stop in and say, hey, watched all 7 episodes of Stranger Things in 2 days. That is impressive, and enjoyed it overall. But too many plot lines going on and half are bland. All right, I hear you. My favorite characters are Will, 11, Hopper, and Joyce. Thoughts?
Who's
Joyce? The
definitely
mom?
Not Hopper and Joyce.
Is Joyce Winona Ryder?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, I feel bad saying this, but I feel like she's quite terrible, honestly. Like, you can just tell
she was good in the first couple seasons, but she had more to do. I feel like she had more drama.
She just
like in the first
acts
season,
like she doesn't know how to act. I don't know. She seems very awkward. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The drama and stuff, I thought she carried the weight of, losing her son and stuff very well in the first season.
Yeah.
It just feels like now she doesn't really have a lot to do.
No.
It's like, let's go get Hopper. Like, that's what you do this season.
Yeah.
So.
But I like Will. I even told you that I felt bad for him because I feel like he gets the shitty end of the stick.
He's a lost character. He wasn't around the whole first season, so
he's a sweet boy.
We never really got attached to him. He was messed up the whole second season, and it's like then they just kind of like gave up on him, and they don't really give him much to do.
Yeah.
Other than talk to me, Mike. You're my friend, and you're ignoring me.
Yeah. Question for everybody: what song would save you from Vecna? That's a good question.
Let the bodies hit the floor. No.
Really?
I don't know.
You don't have a favorite song?
Little Red Corvette by Prince.
Oh my gosh.
No giving.
I'm trying to think.
Pretty much any song by Prince.
I can't think of what it's called.
It would be like Shake It Off or something. Taylor
Swift.
My
God, whatever. Yeah, the quality was amazing. Every episode felt cinematic. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Russia. Does the Red Guardian make a cameo?
Yeah, I know. He's talking about Black Widow.
Oh, I knew it. Yeah.
Hopper, it was almost like he was playing the same character. It felt like.
Yeah, my wife and I enjoyed this season. It was much darker than the previous seasons, for sure. Yeah, you can get merchandise here in the UK, but not DVD and Blu-ray of the series. Huh. Somebody said their song would be Sabotage by the Beastie Boys.
Oh, I get, but it's been overplayed too much in movies, I feel like.
And they're talking about still books. Haha, Ben, mine would be the Halloween theme by John Carpenter. Gotta show Vecna one is not to be effed with.
I don't know. I think Vecna might be able to take Michael.
Hey, guys, just got back from a quick Walgreens trip. All right, nice.
Nice. What'd you get?
Let's see. I go to Walgreens for, let's see.
Yeah, he said Vecna will destroy Myers.
Yeah, I agree. True, I love Vecna and how he killed his victims. Awesome new horror villain for sure. Yep. I want Steve to turn into a Wolfman type where Demogorgon after being bit by those things. That is a good point. When we saw Steve getting like attacked by those bat / Demogorgon, whatever things they were. Yeah, for a second, I thought he might die.
Like he was getting infected.
Or that, it would make him sick and he would die or something. Which it could still happen. It seemed like
it was going that way.
It could still happen.
And then it's like they just like wrap it up and he's fine.
Yeah, but it could still happen. We're not done. Yeah, I honestly thought Steve was about to be disemboweled by those things. Yep. What's going on? People saying hi. I still haven't seen Stranger Things. I'm going to get to it.
I hope we didn't spoil it for you.
No, he might, just hop back out. You need to jump on that hype train, bro. Hey, Ken and Michelle, how have you been? Hey, Brandon.
Yeah, because I'm fully aware, like we're doing this a week after it aired. Like it's really hard for people to spend 10 hours to watch an entire show.
Well, see, I feel like
I try to give it a little bit of time.
I'm like, nobody's even going to want to talk about it anymore.
We reacted to the first episode, so we got in there. But I was like, let's wait a week or a couple days to talk about this after we watch. Because we finished it we finished it Thursday or Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We finished it Wednesday.
I'm not sure what season I like most because all of them are good. Are you guys going to rank the seasons after volume 2? Yeah, I think we probably will. I'd also like to do like a...
I shouldn't give away my list. Yeah, I guess that is an interesting point. Like we're grading this season, but it's technically not over. Because this is a part, this is the volume 1.
Yep.
Yeah, it gets weird when they do that kind of stuff.
And I would also like to do like a characters ranked or like something like that. I think that'd be fun. Can you imagine how popular the show would have been when we only had 3 to 4 channels?
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like the fact that it can, like very few shows can do this. Like there's so much to watch now, but like this was the most streamed show of all time. Yep. Like everybody's watching this show.
Right.
Only Game of Thrones could do that. I think pull those kind of numbers. Which is incredible, really. I guess everybody was just watching shit this past weekend because Top Gun like broke the Memorial Day record, and this broke the streaming record.
Them giving really people what they want,
and they delivered.
If Nightmare on Elm Street gets another sequel, I would love to see the Duffer Brothers at the helm.
Yeah, I really hope it, and with Robert Englund too.
Does Shell know how to use the seashells? No, I would not use seashells. We talked about this. Sounds
Go check out our Demolition Man review.
Yeah, all the ladies missed Billy. Haha. Yep. Argyle from Die Hard.
Argyle. I haven't seen Die Hard enough to know Argyle.
It may be my favorite season. You can't officially rate it until next month. This is true.
Yeah.
I like more Bauman.
Bauman?
I don't know what that means. AJ, this season has been dark. I really enjoyed it. Took a minute to finish it. What do y'all think about the 2-hour and 20-minute finale? I'm here for it.
I'm excited because I like this show.
Now, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, heck no, because I'm all about short and sweet. But I'm actually here for it now. I'm invested.
This show, it's usually when we're watching TV, like I said, when we're done with a couple episodes, I'm like, I'm just done. Mm-hmm. I just don't feel like continuing. But this one's like, I want more. Like, I wanted to jump into the next episode.
And if you only watch one a day, it's doable,
Yeah.
Like some people were watching like 3 a day or something. I'm like, whoa. But
yeah, no, I was into it. I'm excited. Give it all to me.
Yeah. And I mean, it depends on when we end up watching it. We might have to break it up into 2 days, but we'll see.
Yeah. Probably with that, like we can review episode 8 or episode 9. Like,
oh yeah. Because there's just 2. That song is #1 on Billboard because of the show. Yep. I saw that. Chrissy's boyfriend was Tommy Doyle from Halloween Kills.
What? Tommy? No.
I don't know.
Tommy Doyle was Anthony Michael Hall. Are you just talking about he was like that?
I think he's saying that they're similar characters. Maybe.
Evil Dies Tonight. I got you. Because he's like trying to lead a mob. Okay. I thought you were saying it was the same actor. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, AJ.
You're like, what?
I was confused.
I remember that song by Kate Bush. It was a hit in 1985. I wasn't even alive yet.
I didn't even know that was a song.
AJ reacts. I needed more Erica. Who was Erica? Oh, yeah. Duh, Erica. Yeah, she's really funny. She is spunky.
Yeah.
she's definitely funny. Vecna Dies Tonight. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
please.
I hope they make Erica should have been with them the whole time.
Do you guys not like Hopper? Yeah, I mean, I don't love him.
It's not that I don't like him.
And they definitely really just hardened him this season, because of what
he was the Red Guardian from Black Widow, pretty much.
Yeah, and I didn't even I think I quit watching Black Widow when that whole thing happened because I'm not here for it. But Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
it was
know.
awesome when they finally got to that fight. Like that fight with them was cool. Like,
I mean, I didn't
the
hate
only
watching
Demogorgon
him.
in this whole season was right there.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like he played like a tough guy.
He was
Like,
good. No,
yeah,
he
I
was
felt like he
good.
was good. I just
It's
I don't know. I don't it's kind of cuz like him and 11, like they were really sweet together. Like in the other seasons, like I liked watching their relationship, you know, how he was like trying to be a dad to her and stuff and protective. And now he's like, you can definitely tell because of what he's gone through at this prison, like what happened to him, he's going to be like really hard to like open up and love again. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. He hugged Joyce at the end of it. Like,
Yeah,
you
and
know, that was his
he ended
long
up
lost.
smiling or whatever. I just worry
Which
about.
I didn't care about that moment between them because I don't feel like they've done a good enough job of building them up like as like a couple or relationship.
Right, like he definitely still seems.
She was dating Sean
affected by,
Astin
like,
for like an
his.
entire season, so it's like when did they? I guess they became a thing last
Right.
season. I
Yeah.
don't really know when that happens.
Yeah, and I mean his story is very heartbreaking. Like he had this sick kid, and
he has a good backstory.
Yeah,
Or
it's
compelling
sad.
backstory.
So it's not that I don't like him. I guess he's just not one of my. He's just not one that I'm really like invested in. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Song that would save me from Vecna is "My Heart" by Paramore. Yep, I know you love your Paramore. Stacey and I finished it Wednesday.
I think that's when we finished.
I saw you all post about Physical on Instagram. First I heard of it. Bill Everose Brent. Is it a good show? So yeah, didn't we review it?
Yeah. It's not the greatest show.
It's not the greatest.
But it's perfectly watchable. I'd recommend you watch it.
I think we definitely liked it more when we first started it, and then it kind of lost its.
I think if you binge the first season, it'd probably be pretty good.
Yeah, we watched it like
it's
week
just
to
not
week.
like it's not mind blowing or nothing. It's just kind of like it's something to watch.
But it is like 80s.
Very 80s. If you like that time period, you like that period piece, 80s setting, it really captures that well.
It kind of like takes like a lot of the episodes just feel like they're doing the same thing over and over again, and it's not really getting anywhere. I am excited about this season though. We haven't started watching it yet, but I am a little like a little excited about it because it's got the guy from The White Lotus in it, and he was great. And I wish I could tell you his name, but I don't know what it is. But anyway, so I am curious to see him in it. I think he's going to be like another aerobics instructor. So it gives me Glow vibes. Yes, totally.
Yeah, I watched first couple seasons of Glow.
And I haven't even seen that.
I could compare them together for sure.
Yeah. Argyle was the limo driver in Die Hard.
I got to watch Die Hard.
Argyle, okay. Stuck in the parking garage. Okay. Hey, bud, big fan of your channel. Enjoy your content.
Thanks, Drew.
There you go.
It might have been meant you.
I doubt it. Mari Bauman. I like that character, the guy with Joyce.
He's a fun character.
Oh.
You think he's annoying?
Yeah.
He's all right.
He annoyed me. I don't know.
He's one of those like just super annoying people that over time just kind of digs in under your skin, and you just like him.
That's true. I mean, he played a good Russian when he was trying to flip
that stuff is fun.
Yeah. I mean, he acted just like that dude that he was trying to act like.
Yeah.
She sells shells on the seashore. Yep. Say that 5 times. Yeah. My mom, fun fact, my mom actually calls me Shell Bell. So there you go.
They're only saying all that because I had you under Shell. Yeah.
I know that. I'm not dumb. Gosh. My wife and I can never make it through a full episode because we get turned on by the cast. What?
Okay. Are you talking about Stranger Things or physical?
Wow. All right then. I'm feeling a little embarrassed right now. It cracks me up that every time they cut to Argyle.
Is that your first awkward comment you had to read out loud?
No, probably not.
It happens sometimes.
Argyle,
you don't realize what you're reading until after you're done.
Listening to I didn't know if they meant turned off by the oh my gosh, what is the word I'm looking for?
Hey, Vecna, he's a sexy bitch. I'm gonna be honest.
Right. Where'd it go? Yeah, I thought that he meant to say turned off by the cast because he didn't like the acting, but maybe he means turned on. I don't know.
Elaborate.
Get some going. Get some in the mood. It cracks me up that every time they cut to our guy, he's listening to that Stevie Wonder song. Don't blame him. Is he still talking about Die Hard?
Maybe.
I don't know.
could see
I've not seen
the
that.
other Argyle listen to Stevie Wonder too.
So Vengeance said TMI, Drew. Can bring out the rat man, LOL. Shell Bell, wow.
I can't bring out the.
Yeah, Ken, your wife is awesome.
I know she is.
Now, what would you think if somebody's comment said that they get turned on by us? Now, that would be awkward. Yes, we need more details, Drew. No, we don't. No, we don't.
I want to know what show is. Is he talking about Stranger Things?
I know, right?
Because
that's kind of like pedophile, isn't it?
Was he making a pedophile joke?
I'm watching a chapter 1 right now and watching chapter 2 after. What are your thoughts? It's similar to Stranger Things. What do you think about it?
I really like both of them. I love the first one when I saw in the theaters, and
we're talking about the remake, right?
I love the first one when I saw it in theaters, and that one kind of honestly went down for me when I watched it at home. I liked it less, and then I didn't like the second one at all when I saw it in theaters. And when we watched, I think we watched on like New Year's Eve. I liked it a lot more. So I'd say I'm probably pretty equal. There's pros and cons to both, but my favorite is the 1998. That's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. So those two are vastly inferior to the first one.
I've only seen those movies once, I think, pretty sure.
Yeah.
And I don't really remember very much about them. So I feel like the guy that played, the clown, or not the clown, whatever.
Yeah, I just think
he was kind of annoying.
Bill Skarsgård is I think he's better in the second one.
You think?
Like he really comes into his own as a character, and I love him in the second one.
I don't know. I guess he does a good job. He's
the first one just a lot of
like
every 5 seconds.
That's what I meant. Like kind of.
Second one, there's just more. There's more to him as a character. I don't know.
I need to watch it again, honestly, because like I said, I don't remember. Oh my gosh, I got to get to Drew's comment. AJ, I agree, man. 100% got Stranger Things vibes all over it. The cast is sexy. Before we know, Roleplay Hopper ends up giving it good to Joyce while Billy watches from the dark corner.
Well, at least you're bringing up the adult characters.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks, Drew.
That's hilarious.
You just made the stream way more interesting.
Finally caught X this week because of y'all's reviews. Sweet. Loved it, but it's weird. Sometimes it feels like it's being funny on purpose. Sometimes it feels like funny, but not meaning to be.
Yeah.
I said that too. I don't know if he's saying that because of that. Like I said that in the review.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
We were very negative in that review, but it's fine.
It is what it is. I definitely don't plan on ever watching it again.
Yeah, I'll watch it again.
Of course you will. You'll just watch it for the boobs. For the record, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
For the boobs.
What?
I said I could watch all kinds of movies for the boobs.
Okay, whatever. For the record, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Support this beautiful couple and Ken. Hit that like button. Thank you.
I say Die Hard's whatever you want it to be.
That's got to be nostalgia speaking because 1990 is.
Oh, well, look, probably. I saw that movie when I was 5. It's one of the first horror movies I ever watched.
Ken plans on watching X again. Yep.
I'll watch X again.
That he does. All right. Is that going to do it for us?
I think that's going to do it. Do you have anything else you want to say about Stranger Things? I feel like we cracked it pretty wide open. If we left anything out, let us know real quick before we go. But
sometimes it's hard to talk about stuff.
I just like to get on here and talk.
We just go.
That's kind of the theme of the channel. No notes. We just kind of get on there and talk about it.
Yeah, it'd probably be kind of lame if we just had like notes and just looked
down. Now I want to talk about this scene in episode 4, paragraph 2.
Yeah, you can quit now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, real quick, I guess you would have already let us know if we forgot about something, like an epic scene or a moment or.
I feel like we covered them all out of order, but I feel like we covered a large amount of bases.
Yeah, we talked about Eddie.
You didn't talk about your hatred for Dustin. You want to dig into that a little bit? Why do you hate Dustin so much? Dustin is great. Everybody loves Dustin.
He wasn't he didn't annoy me as much as he has in the past. I don't know. I guess it's kind of like being a bully by saying this, but like, he still kind of has like his lisp going on.
It's endearing.
And like he just thinks he's like so cool. I don't know. Like I don't know.
It's part of what makes
about
him
that gets on my nerves.
A good character is.
Oh yeah, we also got
nerdy,
to.
But he has such confidence.
Like they went and got his like girlfriend. His girlfriend. We like got to like we had seen her before. Meet her whole family. But like we got to get that whole scene of like her million siblings or whatever, and that was kind of funny. And then also to just briefly, is it Lucas? Like he was definitely like going, struggling.
Yeah.
Like, he wanted to be this like cool kid, with the basketball team, but like, his friends.
I feel like he had a lot to do this season.
Yeah, I like that. And, also talking about Lucas, I thought it was like really sweet how he was with Max.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought that was precious. Like, where he was like, you can see that he still cares for her. Because I almost forgot that they dated.
I did too.
And so when he, that scene at the cemetery, episode 4, where he's like, she had wrote him all letters. And he's like, I don't need a letter. Like, we're all right here. And he's like, I'm here for you. And so anyway, that was really sweet. But anyway, we better end it. So
yeah, I thought she was a goner for sure.
You might want to finish out real quick.
I'm gonna watch. So look, I've got my A24 ranking. I usually don't like to promote my channel on here, but I'm going to do an A24 ranking tomorrow on my channel. I can tell you right now, Zola's going to is going to be way higher than X. I'll tell you that.
I like Zola too, so.
Make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget the sock on the door when watching X.
Oh my gosh.
So we talked about one. We talked about one extensively. You forgot to talk about E.T. showing up to slap Justin. And who is Justin? Did E.T. come in?
Oh my gosh.
No, but I am all for an E.T. After seeing Top Gun Maverick, I'm all for seeing E.T. Elliott, or whatever you want to call it. Henry Thomas still acts, Drew Barrymore still acts. Make it happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Make it happen. Steve's comment about boobs in Ridgemont High was class. Yeah, no, I love that. I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Loved it. I pointed that out to you also. Let's see. Ken, is that Wild Thing's gonna be good? It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Is it? Are they saying that on purpose?
No, go check out my review, Adrian, if you haven't watched it.
Don't. He's good.
Dude, watch a movie called Deep Murder. Might be better than X. I'll check it out. Cal, the last recommendation you gave me, I really liked with I forget the name. Ray Liotta, Kurt Russell. I forget the title. Unlawful Entry. There you go. But look, we're done.
Yep.
Done with this review. You're going to wrap it up about the hour mark. Appreciate you guys watching. If you're watching on the replay, comment down below your thoughts on Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 1, and turn on those bell notifications. Follow us on our social media account. I don't know if we have a link down below, but we will soon. And is there anything else you want to say to the people?
No, I'm ready for July 1st, right?
July 1st.
July 1st.
Yeah, we'll be back to talk about more Stranger Things. We'll be back in the Upside Down. See you guys later.
Have a good night, guys.